and welcome to the Witch's Cottage. My name is Jess, and every week I go thrifting for vintage items that I can sell in my Etsy shop. But first, I do up a little video and show you everything that I got, and we can go through, talk about some of the stuff, talk about the history behind it, and why I like it. So if you're interested, stick around. Alright, so I was a little bit reserved this week. I didn't get quite as much as I normally do because I just have a lot of stuff right now. So I just picked the best stuff that I found, and I think it made for a great haul. So let us start with the most silly thing that I bought, because if I'm not buying the most kitschy, retro, silly things, then what am I even doing? So to start with, we have this beautiful plate warmer from the 70s. So it's basically just like a hot plate for putting your warm dishes on to keep them warm. I tested it. It does work. This all heats up, and it has this great vintage design on it, and it has wooden handles, and it's just so great and retro, and it would be perfect in like a cottage. You know, I feel like a lot of the times modern appliances really take away from like an old-fashioned aesthetic, and I feel like this would just fit into that and be great. I don't know how often you would actually use it, but it's just really pretty. I mean, if you're into all of these things like chickens and cauldrons and folk art, which I totally am, so there it is. There's that. I don't know. It'll probably sit for a while until it finds the perfect person. Well, there's that. I got a couple of these candlesticks. Now these are just classic, like old-fashioned Victorian candlesticks. They're so great. This one is brass. It has the remains of a Made in India sticker on it. It's very simple, but it's got that great handle, and you just get to feel like, I think the cashier said, this reminds me of Scrooge, so you could just feel like Scrooge, like just crawling around your apartment with your candle holder. And then this one is a little bit fancier. It doesn't actually say anywhere, but I would guess that it is silver plate. It looks very much like silver plate. It's got some great detailing on it, and then it has this hole, and I'm guessing that what was in this was originally maybe like a candle snuffer, but you could also maybe it was for like a match. I think probably it had a candle snuffer in it. And then I don't know why it has this here. I don't know if that's just for fun. It's kind of a mystery, but it's just very pretty, very ornate and elegant, and I just like it, and I tend to do really well with these, so there's those. I'm trying somewhat unsuccessfully to limit the amount of mugs I get a week, because they do sell well and sell quickly, but they take up a lot of bubble wrap. I'm still kind of looking into ways to wrap mugs with less bubble wrap, but right now it's a lot. So I got a couple this week. I got this one just because I just thought it was really nice and really well done. I love the handle and the pine cone. It's like a handcrafted mug. It was made by Lori, and Lori did a wonderful job. Yeah, I just really think it's nice and very woodsy and natural. And then on the other end of the spectrum, I got this, and really the only reason I got this is because it was from my favorite thrift shop, where the mugs are 10 cents. So it was like, how can I not? Now, it's fantastic. Unfortunately, it has a lot of damage. You can see there's quite a bit of chipping around the rim and on the inside. Now, this was probably done by just an amateur who got the blank and then got some great Halloween transfers and put them on there. It's not signed, but that's just what it is. But I think it's fantastic. I love anything vintage Halloween, and I don't know if I would... You might not want to drink from this, but you could certainly use it in decor. And it would probably be fine to drink from, honestly, especially if you're just drinking cold drinks. The glaze is just kind of worn, but it's just ceramic, right? So, but yeah, I love the vintage Halloween designs, and I love the handle and the rope, and it's just, I couldn't not. It's great. Okay, what's next? I got these. These are really cool. If you are into Nordic history or Viking history or anything like that, these are actually replicas of a runestone in Sweden. And they are actually like 3D sort of etched. I don't know if they're etched or if the design is just applied. They do say handmade on them, and the shape of them is slightly different, so I'm assuming that these are each made, you know, one at a time. On the bottom they just have some like Swedish writing, but I have a lot of friends who are really into Vikings. I'm really into Vikings. These are just a great historical piece. I'm gonna have to look up which runestone these actually are, because it probably has a name, and then I can put that in the listing. But yeah, I just thought these were great. So those are really nice and heavy. Apparently I can't go a week without getting Oregiri. I love Oregiri. I grabbed these. Okay, so the reason I got these is because I actually have the plates, like the little plates that I use all the time. They're like my favorite plates. This is by Oregiri, and the pattern is called Horizon, and it's this great 70s style stoneware, heavy glazed with the blue. And I looked it up, and these actually sell quite well. They'll sell between like $20 and $30, so it's a popular style, and I would keep these, but I have no use for salt and pepper shakers, so yeah, I was just happy to find them. They're great. I initially looked past this bowl because I just saw it from the front and I was like, oh, it's just a coconut bowl. But then when I walked past again, I saw the leaves and I was immediately like, well, I have to have it now. I just love metal leaf designs. There's something very like elvish and Art Nouveau about it. So yeah, this bowl is just made from a giant coconut. And then it has this great brass handles with the beautiful applique. So that's nice, very boho, very like natural, woodsy, and I like them. I grabbed this, and I was really happy about this. It was just kind of sitting there, looking very nondescript, but these actually are very popular and sell very well. It is a milk glass salt shaker. It's on the bottom, it says Tip USA. You probably can't see that, but it's got the metal tin lid. Sorry, did I say salt shaker? It's a sugar shaker, obviously. And these are just really nice. They're quite old, probably from like pre-50s, earlier than that, and they sell quite well. And like, I'd love to find a whole set of these one time, because that would be great, but for now, this is a great little piece. I bought a baggie, and the baggie had these two adorable cats in it, and it also had this elephant, which is completely useless to me, except it's great for an example of how you can tell something is old. So we've got these adorable little cats. They are old. They have the cold paint, which is the paint that's gone on top of the glaze, and there's still quite a bit of it on there, so it's really nice. Now, here is the bottom of this elephant figurine that is pretty much brand new. You can see it probably had like a little made in China sticker on there. It's very similar. It's got the cold paint in the pink there, but that's the bottom of it. And here is the bottom of the old figurine. You see the difference? This one is worn. This one has age. It is vintage, possibly antique, probably vintage. And that's just one of the ways you can really tell if ceramics are old. Like, here's this thing that I showed, I think last week. See the bottom? Old, worn. Yeah. So these guys are super cute. They have a little bow, like, look, he's got a little bow around his neck. They're just cute little cat figurines. And I'll sell them together because they deserve to stay together. And that's those. I also grabbed this. This is fantastic. So in like the 50s and 60s, the big redware Jaguars were all the rage. Everybody wanted them. They could get like this big, They go for so much money right now. A lot of the time they had like crystals in their eyes. This is not a big red Jaguar by like a fancy company like Hager. This is just a little knockoff Jaguar. I think he had crystal eyes. You can see the holes where his crystals would have been. He is red wire. He's very heavy. Like, he's not hollow at all. He's like solid clay. And he's not really like, I mean, I guess he's a Jaguar. Am I saying Jaguar? A Black Panther, not Jaguar. But yeah, he's a Black Panther in name. He's kind of got a weird face, but I just couldn't leave him behind. He looks kind of like a hippo or something. He's great. He's old. He's vintage. Someone will love him. I got this, and this is a mystery to me. I have sold something like this before. It was like a copper, more like a cauldron bowl with feet and a wooden handle. I don't know what it's for. If anybody watching this knows what this is for, please tell me. Like, do you put wax in it? Do you just put it over a candle and heat whatever is like your soup? I don't know. I would love to know. This is a really nice pewter piece. It has this old wood handle. It's got these great like feet. And it's got some sort of mark on the bottom, but I can't really make it out. But I just thought it was really pretty. It's a nice antique piece. It's, you know, great for decor. I just wish I knew what it was originally. So if you know, please tell me. I grabbed these. These are just popular in decor these days. They're really nicely made. You can see like they've got the grass over top of. I think these might be pine needle baskets. Lawrence said that these are technically bread proofing baskets, so I guess you put your bread in here to rise. But they can be anything. Like, they can just sit out and put your keys in them or whatever you want. They're just really popular in boho decor, so I'm excited to see how these do. This might have been the silliest thing I purchased. I always say I don't buy made in China. This is made in China. And as well, it's broken. It's the duck. It's a Farmhouse duck, and it's cast iron napkin holder. It's got like gunk on it. I don't know. It's probably gonna sit around forever, waiting for someone to buy it. And while it sits around, I will look at it, and it will make me happy every time I see it. So that is the reasoning behind this duck napkin holder. That's all. I'm excited about this. This isn't too old, but it's probably vintage. Look, it's me. It is a made in Indonesia mirror, and this style I've seen before, made in Indonesia. It's very cool. It's very like funky. It's got gold. This guy looks like a hairless cat to me. It's so fun. Look at it. He's great. He's wood, carved wood and painted, and he's got a little hanger on the back. And I think he's great. I saw one of these sell online for quite a bit of money, so I'm excited to see what I can get for this. Jewelry. I occasionally grab jewelry, as you know. I just loved this. It is quite old. You can tell from like the discoloration. But it's this beautiful cloisonne, which is this technique where you take little tiny thin brass wires to make the design, and then you fill that in with enamel. And this piece just has a really great weight to it. I don't know what it's made of. It kind of looks like gold, but I don't know. I'm not good enough at jewelry to know like what stuff is made of. The fittings are obviously brass, but I don't know about this. It would have to be tested. But it's really pretty. I just really liked it. So there's that. I grabbed these. These probably came with more. But I mean, all you really need is your 1 cup and your half cup. And these are just really nice. They're redware. They got a nice glaze, nice retro look to them. I like the way the writing is kind of printed on there. It's very like Farmhouse they're just nice for decor or for everyday use. You know, it's better than just like some plastic measuring cups, I think. I think these are great. So there's those. And I think this is the last thing. Apparently there's a coconut theme today, and this is another thing that I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it because it's silly. I think someone will love it. It is a teacup or a teapot that is made entirely of coconuts. It's pretty great. I love the shape. I would not recommend putting hot tea in this. I would recommend using it for display or cold drinks only, but it's just pretty great. Like, look at that. It's made of a coconut. If you're missing a tropical vacation right now, you can bring the tropics to you with your coconut bowl and your coconut teapot. Yeah, I think that's everything I got this week. Thank you so much for watching. If you know anything about anything that I found that I don't know, please comment and let me know, because I love to learn. If you're interested in anything you saw, shoot me a message. I can send you an invoice. We can talk about it. Otherwise, everything will be up on my Etsy at the Witch's Cottage Etsy shop, thewitchescottageshop.etsy.com. I'll put it on the screen. And thank you so much for watching. See you next week. Bye.